Welcome back to another video. We're going to get right into it using the Dragon Duke. New hero just released today. It's got max levels and max equipment, so if you want to use it, make sure to use it now. As you can see, I'm using Edrags. It's going to be the exact same strategy as before, but we're just going to use the Dragon Duke on the back end to help us out and secure the 3 stars. So as you can see, I've sent the queen in from one side with the log launcher to take out the town hall and long shot. Used an E-Dragon on the bottom side to go ahead and funnel it out. Spam the rest of my E-Dragons in between. And as you can see, I even missed my target. I was aiming for that air sweeper. It's pushing against my E-Dragons. Would have helped a lot if I would have hit it with the giant arrow from the queen, but alas, we did not. But it's not going to matter, because the Dragon Duke is severely overpowered. Now, as you can see here, my E-Dragons are stalling in the core. The sweeper is doing big work, but I'm going to take out most of the mega defenses. Now, I'm going to deploy my Dragon Duke on the bottom side. Watch the value he's going to get. So he takes out a Super Wizard Tower, Builder Hut, Monolith, another Super Wizard Tower, and his health is actually getting pretty low, which is a little concerning. But with his health regeneration from the heart equipment, he regens health like crazy. So as you can see, he's getting towards that air defense. I'm going to use the stun to stun up that air defense, and he's going to take it out. Now at this point, basically his angry jelly is worn off, but he is just going to start regenning health. His health bar was below half health. When by the end of the attack, when we get over to that other air defense, let's see where his health bar is at, because it is insane. And even with that, my Warden is, unfortunately, getting in his aura and making him not be enraged. Luckily, the Warden goes down, and now he's enraged. And you can see, even getting targeted by this air defense, he's still at half health. And he's going to end up being able to power through the back end with this air defense shooting at him for, what, been 10-15 seconds now without a problem. And we clean up and end the attack. The main use of the Dragon Duke is on his own. He loves to be separate from the rest of the base, or the attack. So we're going to hop into the second replay. You've probably seen this base a lot. It is very common. I'm going to show you how to beat it. We're going to Flame Flinger at 9. Now, we're always going to come in from the Monolith compartment. So if I have this base rotated, just mimic the attack, but rotate your attack to come in at the Monolith side. You can see I dropped a baby dragon to funnel, but we're waiting for that flinger to get to the Archer Tower. Once it first hits the Archer Tower, we are going to start the rest of the attack. So now it's going in, and I'm going to drop my queen on the 9 o'clock section and use the giant arrow to hopefully take out some of the back end. Now you can see I sniped 2 air defenses. Very key. Always try and line it up. If you're not going to hit one of the sweepers, hit both air defenses. It saves a bunch of health on the back end. Put the E-Dragons in, minion prints behind. We're going to do an early Warden Tome with the Rages. My queen's going to go around the outside, so she's not going to pull the Ice Golems and the CC. And at this point, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put my Dragon Duke. I drop him right into the Revenge Tower. Normally, immediate death. Watch him just tank this Revenge Tower the entire time. Takes it out. Once he gets through it, I pop his ability. And now we've frozen all of those defenses that the E-Dragons are getting targeted by. You can see he's going to take out that air defense. And at this point, he's even lost his double damage and attack speed boost because he's in range of other air troops. But it doesn't matter. I have 4 spells, 3 archers, and a ton of troops left in this raid. This was absolutely crushed. But another thing I want you to notice. Look at the minion prince's health, or not the minion prince, sorry. The Dragon Duke's health bar. You can visually see it going up. That's how overpowered that equipment is. I can see him gaining health back while he's not being targeted. So if you can put him in a spot of the base where there's not a ton of defenses targeting him, he is incredibly overpowered. Now we're going to change it up. I'm going to come in with starting him off. Why am I doing this? because I see a lot of value around this town hall as long as I can take out these air defenses. So I'm going to use my rocket balloons to take out the 2 air defenses on either side and just have him go in the middle. And this is going to set up a huge funnel. Basically with E-Dragons, one of the main things you're looking to do is funnel. I see him go to the left. I'm going to put the E-Dragons up at the 12 to 3 o'clock side because he's going to take out most of the defenses in that area. He's going to tank all those air mines, the CC, and unfortunately doesn't take down the Revenge Tower, but his death damage gets pretty close to it and actually takes out quite a few defenses in the area. I use the Queen to funnel my E-Dragons into the core. I'm going to use a early totem on that monolith because it targeted my minion prince, and a rage just for good measure. Unfortunately, my warden is kind of split down to the bottom here. I would have liked him to be more with the core group of E-Dragons, but it's okay. I'm holding his ability until now because that's when the E-Dragons are starting to get targeted by that minion prince and the multi-gear tower. Now, at this point, it does look a little sketchy, but I've got so many E-Dragons on the bottom side here that really all I need to do is make sure that this air defense on the top side goes down. So I drop a Inferno Drag to try and help. That didn't work. Luckily, I saw the 2 E-Dragons coming in, and I'm going to tank for 1 to make sure that it gets down the air defense. Heroes are working around the bottom side. Minions are still there. At the end of the day, I have another freeze. I probably don't need it. I'll use it just to make sure I secure the 3-star. But this is another successful attack with that Dragon Duke, and using him in a different way. Using him to start off the attack versus on the back end where he's taking out the remaining defenses. So moving on, we have one last defense, attack we're going to show you here. And this one's an interesting base. I haven't seen this base before. So I'm going to start 2 E-Dragons down on the bottom side because I noticed once they take out this multi-archer tower, they really don't have anything targeting them. I see that the furnace comes out of the CC, so I'm going to go ahead and poison that just to get rid of it. I don't think my Archer Queen, who I'm going to start at 9 o'clock, is going to get anywhere close. So as you can see, the E-Dragon are going to take out 20-25% of this base without even running into any defenses. Unfortunately, the one targets the furnace and kind of walks right into the Revenge Tower, but the other one is going to go up that top side and just keep working. I'm going to drop my Queen with a Inferno Baby to take out that King because he's on the outside, and then just drop my E-Dragons here, and all I'm trying to do is really path a few of them to the core of this base to help take it out. If I can take out the core, I know that my Dragon Duke can take out that entire backside of the base. Early Warden ability, Minion Prince is going to go towards the core with 1 E-Dragon. I'm going to rage that up and basically burn all my spells for that compartment just because I want to get through it. I'm going to save a few of the totems for my Dragon Duke on the backside, but mostly just taking that. So I dropped the Dragon Duke at 12 o'clock. He is going against an air defense, heroes, wizard tower, multi-gear tower, scatter shot, queen, and he is just going to absolutely tank. Once he gets near some of these bigger defenses, I use his ability to freeze up the defenses. Unfortunately, terrible freeze by me. Completely missed the multi-gear tower which I was targeting. And I got the queen, but she was already stunned, so it didn't really matter. Now at this point, you can see it's quite close. But, and unfortunately, luckily for me, the Phoenix was with my Dragon Duke, causing him not to get his double boost. But now the Sneezy has joined him. Unfortunately, the pets do count as air troops, but his own pet, the Angry Jelly, does not count. Kind of weird, but when you're going into your attacks, make sure you know that if the Sneezy and Boogers end up going his way, they will take apart his extra boosts. That is it. 4 attacks with the Dragon Duke, a little bit of different with each one.